That fucking Sasquatch podcast, I turned it on. Well, no, I didn't turn it on. I was listening to a podcast before bed, not the Sasquatch. And then I fucking woke up at like 2 a.m, and I guess it auto-played. And I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? Animal noises and Sasquatches. And then I look,
That
and it
is
was
funny.
the Sasquatch podcast turned on. What's up, everyone? I'm the man of many names, and I go by Francesco, Frankie. But when it comes to Age of Sigmar, for some reason, everybody calls me Franny. And welcome to the first episode of Blame the Double Turn. Tonight, I'm joined by some wonderful gentlemen. The first is our team coach and competitive powerhouse, Connor.
Hello, everybody.
Our next host, I guess, is the Rat King himself, Steven.
Hell yeah.
What a fucking name you
Steven
gave.
is the best.
The Rat
I am the
King.
Rat King in multiple ways.
I knew he would like it. I wasn't going to say anything derogatory. Rat King is great.
Yeah, quick garage beer.
Yeah. And last, but definitely not least, we have the mind that brought the world Skarky on, Matt Jackson.
Hello.
Cool. Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining me tonight. I think maybe we start off by explaining, like, what the fuck is this? Why are we doing this? Kind of the thought here is, like, we've been putting out some content for a while, but pivoting to a bit of like a podcast format lets us get out content a little bit more regularly. We're in an area where we're kind of blessed to have a ton going on in our local scene. So the hope here is we're just going to chat, recap events that we go to, what we're up to, what armies we're playing, you know, GW's got stuff going on.
Yeah, for us, I think it was mainly that we couldn't pick a lane. We were trying to do the YouTube stuff and like list reviews and, like you said, tournament reports and all that kind of stuff, but we always just took forever to get things out and edit it and whatnot. So I think we all decided that a podcast would just be the most simple thing where we can just cram all the information into it and just get it out into the public.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not to say that we might not dabble in some other, video formats in the future, but at least this gives us like regular content and the ability to connect with everybody. Solid. Yeah. So this is going to be uploaded probably to like podcasting platforms, YouTube, anybody listening on video or on audio only. We're also going to have a bit of a visual component here too, but you won't really need to know about it. It just helps keep us on track and kind of
It's just Franny's beautiful drawings.
Yeah, I'm a little autistic and I make a lot of Excel docs, so we get to benefit from all of that. But I was thinking maybe we could start talking about this past weekend. We hit up Crit Hit, and we had a little bit of a spicy bet going on there too. Connor, you want to tell us about that bet?
Well, it started because I didn't want to drive this weekend because it was my buddy's birthday, and we got into a little bit of fun. So I was in no condition to drive. Neither was Steven the following morning. So luckily, Matt Jackson was like, I'll drive you guys. And then Franny was also driving our team captain, Dylan, and our other team player, Jackie. So we're like, you know what? That's 3 people to a car. All 6 of us go into the tournament. Let's just make a friendly bet, car v car. We came up with a little system to determine who was the winner based on rankings. We added some points together. And yeah, it was super fun. We're definitely going to be doing that almost like every tournament we go to.
Yeah, you used friendly like very loosely. I felt like super into it. I was like, we need to beat them. We didn't even know what the stakes really were, but I just knew I wanted you guys to lose.
The stakes gotta be better next time. And also, the scoring has to be better because I came fucking first. Fuck you guys.
Hey,
Matt, you ruined the whole goddamn thing.
and we versed each other like 3 times. We need to tell you for that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
First.
Matt, why don't you tell us what tournament we went to this weekend? Let's get that out there as well.
We went to the, I think it was called Imprisonment of Kragnos. It was in, as Franny said, it was a critical hit in Oshawa. And yeah, I think they have those every month. And typically, yep. The turnout was relatively good. I think there were 18 people at the beginning, but then ultimately on the actual day of, 2 of them dropped. So there were ultimately 16 of us there. Of the 16, 6 of them were Team ETB people. So that's what contributed to the team killing we mentioned a moment ago. That kind of threw off the car versus car dynamic. So yeah, we'll factor that into our plan next time for sure.
Yeah, that's fair. And quick shout out to Crit. Like Matt said, they've been doing these tournaments every month for like the last year and a half, and they're always a great time. We have a ton of tournaments out in like the Toronto, Mississauga area, but having something a bit out east is always really fun to get everybody to go to too.
For sure. Oh yeah, also Matt didn't mention, but the mission pack, I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head. I remember the first mission was Grasp of Thorns. The last one was Linked Ley Lines.
Life cycle in the middle.
Yeah.
It was Life Cycle?
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
god, what
the
a crazy
four
battle plan.
objective rotating one, right?
Yeah, the toilet bowl.
Life cycle.
Well, that's what Steven and I played. I don't know if it was the actual
No, it was. Yeah, I played. Actually, no. Let's just get right into that. We'll start talking about all our matchups, and we won't go into too much detail to bore you all with it, but we'll go over the general gist of it. So let's start with Franny. Take us away. Oh, actually, wait, hold up. No, let's talk about our list. What we actually fucking took to the event.
Oh yeah, good call. I can kick us off. I have everything kind of pulled up here. I've been playing Night Haunt for like the last 6-8 months or so. So again, took Night Haunt to crit. Easy to drop list. Lady O, kind of the center point of it. Impossible to kill. She's my homie. I often call her Lady Ho, but I do love her. Black Coach, soggy version there. Big threat. 2 units of Pyregeists because they're just, I think, still, even after the nerf, the most efficient war scroll in the army. Dreadblade Harrows. Cruciator because, my god, he just negates so much damage. Chain Ghasts, they're really good for scouting. Unit of 20 Bladegeists with just a ton of wounds on a 6-up, 5-up. And then a big unit of Ghost Idiots, the Chain Rasps. They're still good. They can tie things up. My tactics were Restless Energy and Scouting Force. So a lot of my units are there just to make sure I can get as many scouting tactics as I can. Restless usually just kind of happens. And then I also took Deathstalkers because Quicksilver Geist is just too many points.
All right, take us through your matchups.
Yeah, so
we'll talk about our like everyone's lists as they talk about their matchups.
Yeah, sounds good. So round 1, I actually got to play into a buddy I haven't played in a long time. I played into Colton. Amazing guy, really fun game. Actually, sorry, not a super like fun game because Night Haunt into Night Haunt. We had some differences in our list. Colton was running a lot of units that weren't reinforced, which is kind of really great for scouting. So I get the direction he was going with. But yeah, even though it was a real big slog fest, we went all the way to round 5, almost to time. It was still a really fun game. It was pretty tight all the way through. I think I ended up just winning it. I ended up pulling it out 59 to 54. I would say some standout points where I was able to yeet a unit of Pyregeists into his top right objective and really tie him up there, keep his Cruciator and all of his his Lord Vitrolic tied up in that corner for that whole game. Just goes to show like Night Haunt's super tanky, but then on the other end there, Night Haunt just doesn't do enough damage to take care of those units. My second game was into Garrett V, or on YouTube he's known as the Real Gary V. Definitely check out his channel. Big fan. He was playing KO. I don't really remember his list, so let's take a look at that real quick. He's running an Admiral, Ironclad, Frigate, reinforced unit of Skywardens, reinforced unit of Salvagers, and then a smattering of other fun things. I think the most interesting kind of different part of his list, he was running the Lumineth ROR, which is pretty cool. I had never seen it on the table before, so that was fun to see in real life.
The
But yeah,
casting one. The one where he
yes,
gets access to the manifestations and such with the Calgrave.
yeah, super cool. I had heard good things about it, and I do like it. But yeah, this game was a blast. Garrett's a great guy. We were playing on life cycle, so that rotating for objective mission. As he's explaining his list, I'm like, oh, cool, that's fun. All of this is great. And then Connor, what unit gets rid of your ward?
He has an artifact once per game that will do it, and then the Thunders just do it every turn.
Yeah,
Not guaranteed, but against Night Haunt, when you're shooting at like 1 OC units, it's pretty much guaranteed.
yeah, exactly. So he had explained that to me, and then I was like sweating. I'm like, oh, that's gonna rip my shit apart. All I have is my ward. And he put them front and center round one, blasted them into the blade geist. I got shot. Well, my blade geist got shot to shit actually, but thankfully the unit didn't wipe. Round two brought a bunch of them back, and then because the Thunderers were so exposed, I just murdered them as hard as I could. And they were gone by round two, and I felt a little bit safer about the game. And then after that, I was playing Kite the Sky Dwarves and just kept rotating around, bogging them down, and that really worked out for me. I ended up coming out on top of that game 65-55, and it felt really good. And then the last game was into our very own Jackie Dye with his Magakin and Nurgle. Yeah, what a slog again. But also Jackie's really fun to play into. But I had never played into New Nurgle, and I was told about 700 times to watch out for my deployment. Keep things outside of 3 inches of each other, or else everything's going to be diseased. Easy, no problem. I deployed fucking a tight castle. Everything was in 3 inches of each other. So that sucked. So my first turn into my second turn was all about trying to negate that disease and stop it from spreading. After that, we kind of met in the middle and had fisticuffs all the way till round 5. Not a whole bunch died. What died of mine did come back, and his stuff is just so tanky I couldn't out damage it. But Jackie's kind of a wizard. He's really, really good with his positioning, and he's very intentional with his movement. So he easily dispatched me at the end of the tournament there. I lost that 49-64. The other thing that sucks about this game, it wasn't only a team kill, it was a car kill. So he murdered somebody in his own car, and that feels bad.
The driver.
Yeah, he murdered his driver.
All I'm saying is if it was paired differently, if it was like me versus you, Jackie versus Steven, our car would have won. So whatever.
That's a bold thing to say.
Whatever.
Very
onto
bold.
my list.
Yeah, let's talk honor stuff.
Oh wait, what did you end up ranking?
Because I burst to you, or
I ended up ranking 7th overall. I went 2-1. But yeah, that last game pushed me down quite a bit. But overall, I think my goal moving forward, or has been for all tournaments, is try to get that 2-1 score. So I feel really satisfied with that.
Fair. All right. Mine, I'm just gonna run through super quick because I can. All right. So I was playing New Tzeentch. I've been playing them for about a month and a half, maybe, pretty much since rumors of their points came out and all their rules. It was a 3-drop list: Faded Blades, Wrathful Cycles, and Scouting Force. General Reg was Kairos, Spawn. Reg 1 was Fate Master, Reinforced Enlightened on Disc, Reinforced Zangor, and then some Skyfires. And the last Reg was the Curseling with 2 units of basic Carrick Acolytes and some Jade Obelisk. And then, of course, I took Lore of Change and Manifestations of Tzeentch along with the terrain feature. My first game was into my team captain, who I was looking for revenge against, because when I first started playing Tzeentch, he was my first 2 games, I think, actually, or like my second 2. and I lost both of them. So fuck Dylan. And I was looking for mad revenge, and his list was just, it was bats. It's fucking so many Terrorgeists, so many zombie dragons, blah 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 with Usharon. We played on Grasp of Thorns, which was definitely an advantage for me. I typically don't like it as New Zinch, but it's even worse for bats. So Dylan made the mistake of leaving his character Terrorgeist and another Terrorgeist on the objective on his turn 1. And I was underdog, so I just made them stay there. And then I just proceeded to kill all his stuff. He still played it really well. It was like a slight mistake. Happens to anybody. We don't play Grasp of Thorns too often. And yeah, just that was brutal. My game 2 was into Dave, who I actually had played at Torchlight like a week prior or 2 weeks prior. He was playing a Champions of Chaos Slaves to Darkness list with just like a Demon Prince, bunch of characters, 2 units of warriors, some knights, and then obviously some chosen. We played on what was it? Life Cycle? The toilet bowl?
Yep, yeah, Life Cycle.
And a big thing of Zinch's success currently is that it's they do a lot, and it's a lot for your opponent to remember and to like theorize around. So you just don't really know where Zinch is coming from, where they're gonna be, unless you like really know the army well. So I just avoided his chosen the whole game. I got he made a 12-inch charge, so a 10-inch charge because he had a +2 bonus from the Karkadrak Lord, but it hit my Enlightened, and that was after I auto-9'd Fold Reality on them to try to teleport them out, and he unbound it on a 10. So I was like, you fucking cunt. And then he makes the 12-inch charge, and I was like, oh my god, if I lose the Enlightened here, it's actually going to be a really tough game. And then because of fate points, I had 1 Enlightened lived on 1 wound, I think it was. And then I proceeded just to rally them back and like kill the rest of the army. I think both those games I ended up with like a high 60s score. Something like that. Yeah, 66 and 65. Last game was against Steven, my own cousin and teammate. Yes. Played his Skaven list that he'll tell you about later. That was just a weird game. Him and I, like, honestly, were so exhausted playing each other because, like, not the night before and the week before, we've played, like, 4 games in succession, like, list into list, and it was just, we were just so tired. So it was a shit show of a game. It was on linked ley lines, which I fucking hate that mission as Zinch. I don't want to just throw hands in the middle and watch you gain 10 points while I try to nitpick 6 for the first couple of turns. But it was a good game. Like I said, we kind of just fucked around, and I took the victory because I don't remember what it was because of. You killed Kairos, which was really, really lame.
Yeah, it was just a double turn.
Oh my god, yeah. Steven rolled the double and was like, I'm taking the fucking double. Took it, killed Kairos, and then I rolled the double and I was like, I'm taking the fucking double.
He killed my Deceiver because he failed the
Oh, that's what it was, right. You were like 4 up to get out of there? Nope. 3 up to get out of there? Nope. Alright, GG's. Yeah, that was my experience. I ended up coming first in the tournament because Jackie's terrible. Alright, who's up next?
We got Matt or Steven.
Steven. All right, I'll go. So I had my winning Skaven lists at Orangeville.
Steven had just won a tournament the weekend before, was it?
Yeah, the weekend before at Fantasy Forged. But yeah, the list's pretty good actually for a Skaven list. I do find with Skaven that Skeletor's Chosen is like just so helpful. Just having like a 2-up armor save in Skaven is like top
so real quick, shout out to my Canada Masters teammate Ollie. He took this list to Masters in January with us, and he went 5-1 with it, I believe. So the list has proven so good.
I'm giving no credit. I've been running this list forever.
That is true.
Just no rattling guns normally. But yeah, so it's just the Skeletor's Chosen, and then the Deceiver because he's just like super good in Skaven. He has like the unique ability to teleport to another unit and the retreat, so he's like he functions on his own so well. It helps a lot. The Storm Fiends, just for the deep strike, they've always been good. They can only do it once per turn, so it's usually not worth having 2 units of Storm Fiends. Rattling guns are the most random unit of damage, 18d6 shots. So literally, I've had them shoot stuff and do like 5 damage, and then other times do like 45 damage. Like it's just insane. And the Giselles actually are becoming like one of my favorite. They can be random just because they're low shots, but they do like good consistent chip damage, and I think they're just like a must now, especially since you can respawn them, so you're not worried about them dying in general. And I guess the faction I had was the Warp Cog, just for the shooting, obviously, and my manifestations I never casted because I burst Siege twice.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about that. You did face another Zinch player. I would also like to preface that Steven was talking about how he made this list before Ollie, just without the Rattling guns. The only reason Steven didn't make the list with Rattling guns was because he hates rolling all those dice.
I still hate it. It's the fact that it takes 15 minutes to do that, and you're like, man, I just did like 100 damage to that 10 wound unit. Or it's just like, I just did 4 damage to that 6 wound unit. It's like, okay.
That's amazing.
But yeah, so my first game was against Zinch. It was actually kind of weird because he played like extremely defensively. His list, I think, is kind of similar to Connor's, just doesn't have the.
So the only difference to Josh's list from mine is that instead of the Faded Blades formation, which is +1 attack when we roll a 9, which we can modify, he has the teleport one, so he like can teleport around them. I'm pretty sure that's Mutant Mad Things, is the teleporting one. And then he took a Scourge Thaumaturge, who's like the Walmart Eltharian, and a Magister. And I just took, instead of those 2 units, I took a Fate Master and Jade Obelisk.
Kind of similar. Faction is obviously different, but he played like super defensive, which is like actually his downfall. Turn 1, he was like literally in the corner. It did screw me over because he had like, I forget, 6, how many heroes he had? 5, 6, whatever amount. I literally couldn't get masters because he was in the corner, and I controlled all 3 objectives. So I eventually did get masters. On turn 5, I literally shot all my Rattling guns into his hero, still didn't kill it, and then charged it with the Deceiver, finally killing it.
That's wild. That sounds like our games, Steven, where you play into my Night Haunt, and then we pick one corner of the map, sit there for 2-3 turns, and then we're like, oh, we got to do stuff.
It was that, but he was so far in the corner that like he couldn't move out after, so it was just kind of like pinned there.
Yeah, once you pin Zinch, Josh is new to the army. He just picked it up, and I think he said he had like 2 games prior. So once he gets more reps in, he'll definitely be a lot better with the army. Yeah. It's like any army. Yeah, everyone's just practicing with it, right? But Zinch, for anyone listening, pin him, charge him, just fucking full send it, get him in a corner, score your objectives and your tactics, and don't let them do shit.
Yeah, I mean, he did play well with the because I literally I didn't shoot the Rattling guns until turn 5. That was the only time I shot them. So
oh yeah, because he was using a spell.
But yeah, just being so defensive kind of screwed him because he just didn't get fate points, which I didn't realize was the thing, and just no objectives as well. Perfect. And then yeah, next was against Matt Jackson, which he also deployed somewhere. He was like in the corner after I just first siege, and I was like, bro, what is happening here? I'm actually scared.
Yeah, it was very inspiring, your reaction.
And then he deployed in the corner and then took first, so I got more scared. But he didn't do too much.
No, I was too cautious, but yeah.
You know, maybe Matt, this could be a good time for you to chat about your list. I have it up here, and it'll give us context for the game, and then after this, we can jump right into your matches easier too.
Yeah, because we don't need to talk about Steven's last game.
Yeah, we know how.
My last game was against Connor, and this game is against Matt, obviously.
Okay, yeah. So talking about my list, I ran a Slaves of Darkness, Dark Oath Marauders recursion list. What's that formation called again?
Dark Oath Horde.
Yeah. Good thing you know.
Who cares? It's called Dark Oath. That's it.
Exactly. So I ran what I like to call as a Coward's Dark Oath list, where my list is the formation for Dark Oath, It's Be'lakor, Reinforced Chosen, Reinforced Knights with the Dread Banner, Furies, and then for the Dark Oath part, it is the Dark Oath Chieftain, the Marauder Chieftain, and a Wilder Fiend, and 2 units of basic B Marauders. And also Aether Rot Machinery Manifestation, the one that everyone takes now because it's free. And my tactics were Wrathful and Restless. And I call it the Dark Oath Coward list because although the whole gimmick of the formation is Dark Oath themed, the Dark Oath themselves have almost no power to actually kill anything or hold anything. They're just there to die and make your opponent think they're gonna pop up behind their lines somewhere after. But as Steven discovered, and as my last opponent David Franco discovered, if you need a 3+ for the Dark Oath to come back, you will roll a 2 surprisingly often.
Oh, no.
So yeah. Did you? So I should jump into my game descriptions now, or
Yeah. Let's jump into your round 1 into Sean.
Jump into the only one I care about. Explain to me this game. This is the greatest thing ever. Sean, I love you. Thank you for giving me your army. Tell me about this game.
Yeah. Well, no, hold on. Before we go, credit where credit's due. Steven, did you already say where you ended up in the rankings? Because Franny and Connor said theirs.
Doesn't matter.
Like 4th place.
It doesn't matter. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you were 4th.
Yeah, I should have been ahead of Sean, but
Yeah, it's I think they did. I honestly cannot remember what they did for
and Sean
GCP.
wasn't there, so I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. Sean did leave early.
Yeah.
That's right. And yeah, the ranking was the one that where the mechanic is it's based off how well your opponents did, and that affected your overall ranking, I think.
I don't think so because Sean's
Well,
opponent
no,
got
because
33%.
my last game against David, both of our teams came up and prompted us to try and throw the game.
Shit.
Yeah.
That was me and Steven.
Yeah.
No, we thought it was going to be opponent win percentage, but it wasn't in the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
I
Oh,
did
so
forget
you're
that.
just being a dick for no reason. All
We
right.
were, yeah.
and confirmed Steven did come 4th.
Hell yeah. All right, so scroll down a bit. If you look around number 13, that's old Matty Jack. I went I went 1-2 at this one, coming riding the high for my 2-1 at the last tournament at Torchlight. And to be clear, I have no one to blame but myself and Steven. So my first game, the one that Connor said the only one he cared about was against Sean and his Gore Chosen list. Sean is the moral victor of the tournament because not only did he run Corrin, but he ran a Gore Chosen list, and that's the best thing ever. I actually call all my
Sean is the Gore Chosen player. There
Yeah.
isn't any other Gore. It's literally just Sean.
Doubling down on the Dark Oath Cowardice, all of my tournament list names for the last whenever the Corn book came out, my list names are always Gore Chosen AOR, an homage to the list that was nerfed. So Sean actually runs it though. So hats off to him. The game against him, super close. Sean's a great player, knows his stuff. And I won, I think, 57-54. And just like my game against Steven, I was hyper cautious. So I tried mainly to deny him tactics and then tried to sneak in mine where I could. But basically, it was just largely an attempt at denial. And also, I needed to be the underdog to try and get the second of Wrathful at all in the first place. Luckily, my list doesn't rely on monsters like my beloved Scarchaon list that has, Scarbrand and Archaon. Against Sean's Gore Chosen, he just murdered that when we had a game in January. But this, I only had Be'lakor, and if Be'lakor is in combat, I'm going to lose. So I avoid that. Luckily, through basically just attrition, and I think Sean making a tactical misstep and robbing himself of Attuned, I was able to get a win there at the end. He was locked in combat with my knights with 2 units, and then at the end of his turn, he killed them with the Deathbringer's ability. But in retrospect, well, not even in retrospect, I think like maybe 15 seconds later, he said, "I shouldn't have done that. I just cost myself Attuned." And I'm toxically positive. I'm always the optimist, and I said, "Hey, you killed my knights." But
it's just for Sean, it's just habit, right? You got this sick Death Master ability where you're just like, 2d6 over the health characteristic, beheaded, bitch. And so he definitely just did it because he was like, oh yeah, it's my end of turn ability.
Yeah.
But Matt and Sean both told me that as soon as he did it, Sean was like, fuck.
Yep. No, it was as his friend, I felt kind of bad. As his opponent, I was like, whew, I have a chance. Took it last turn, I managed to score, I can't remember how many points last turn, but anyway, I marked the Wilderfiend Siege. It teleported 9 inches away from something and needed to charge. It managed to make the charge, and then I got the second of Wrathful. So, hell yeah. That game went great. Second game was against Steven. I think the end score was like 68-44. Like Steven said, I played hyper cautious, and it ended up biting me in the ass eventually. But
I mean, the
What's
counter
that?
charges from you were like super scary though. Like you had the first counter charge into my deceiver. I was
Oh,
like,
yes, that's true. But the
I
second,
just
the
retreated
one
him
that,
back. Mhm.
sorry, I cut you off. You go.
Yeah. So I retreated him back, and then the next turn we had the combats, and then your chosen were 7 inches away. I'm like, well,
Yes.
I don't want that to happen. So I tried to charge my guys that you're gonna charge on a 7, but I failed it, and I'm like, okay, I just gotta hope you fail it.
Yeah, I think you rolled a 6, and then I also rolled a 6. I'm like, well, I
Yeah.
think that's the game.
It was scary though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was broadly speaking, it was a good game. I don't think it was a complete walkover. I still had most of my army on the table at the end, I think. I think? Can't remember. But yeah, probably in retrospect, I should have been less cautious with that. I deliberately made myself the underdog going into turn 2 because life cycle. I wanted to have some control over where the objective went, the primary, and yeah, no, I just didn't take it soon enough, I guess. And then my third game was Dave Franco, which I lost 58-51, and this on our, I think my two biggest failings on this team is first, it seems as though my voice is too intriguing for the partners of the members of our team because we keep talking about that. But my second failing is that I always imagine what could happen if only I rolled like a 9, or if the Marauders will certainly come back. I can plan around that, etc. I'm always being the toxically positive one. In the game against David Franco, he played it smart and I played it stupid, so he won. Full stop. I saw the end was coming at the end of turn 4, so I made a Hail Mary at the end for turn 5, and it didn't pan out. And it actually just ended up giving him more points because I said if I hadn't gone for the Hail Mary, I think I did the math. He was going to win like 53-51. If I got the Hail Mary, I was going to win by like 4. But going in, he was able to kill Bellicor, which gave him the first of Master finally in turn 5. And his chosen that he had been fostering and harboring all game, they just deleted Bellicor. And I was like, oh, okay, that's that. But they spent most of the game enfeebled, so that was good. Anyway.
That's a pretty good spell to get off on chosen.
Oh yeah, I did it every turn from turn 2 onwards. So like turn 2, 3, 4, both whenever the opportunity came up. But then turn 5, I tried to do it again. It didn't work, and I was like, oh, that's going to be critical.
Yep, I played a game recently against a really good Scottish guy. He was using what's Bellicor's regiment or army of renown called?
Legion of the First Prince.
That's what it is. I can never remember that. He was using that, and it was just like a splatter of blood letters and a bunch of other stuff. And he always tried to cast that spell on either my Zangor or my Enlightened because it'd be very good on them because I have crit 2 hit. And every time I was just like, auto 9 with Kairos, unbind. Auto 9 with Kairos.
Yeah, Bellicor is amazing, but like I said, if he gets into combat, like you look at his war scroll and you're like, Bellicor, unrendable 4, pretty decent combat, can strike first, he'll be fine. No, he won't. He's gonna die. And
Yep, that's die horribly.
Oh, every time, without fail. Which, yeah, oh well.
All right, so that is all our lists and all our games. So let's talk about the rankings. In first place, none other than myself. Pat myself on the back real quick. Then we had Jackie, Sean with so Jackie with his maggot kin, Sean with the.
Did we go down
chosen.
Jackie's list or?
Fuck Jackie's list. I'm not going. Franny might have done it, but
No,
Jackie's not
no
here.
one
Jackie
wants
doesn't get to talk. Yeah, we didn't pretty much if any of you listening know about Maggot Kin or Feck Bats, that was like the two missing players that aren't here right now. Jackie played Maggotkin, and it was like a typical Maggotkin list, and Dylan literally played like the typical Feck Bats list. All right, fine, I'll go over it. All right, Jackie's Maggotkin and Nurgle. It's Taliban, which is the progenitor, pre-game disease of someone maybe. He has 185 wounds total in this list, which is just so awful. Attuned,
Average.
Wrathful, using Aetherot Machinery. Average. Aetherot Machineries. His general reg was the Shaman Foulhoof. Yeah, with Pestigores. Regiment 2, Belga, Lord of Plagues. Reinforced Rot Swords with Pox Wretches. Regiment 2 is Horticulus with his little beast buddy. Some Nurglings. Then Regiment 3 was Lord of Blights with the Wither Stave. Reinforced Putrid Blight Kings for 260 points. My god. And Regiment 4 is a Harbinger of Decay. Just so many wounds. My god. Oh, hey, I want to read, Jackie's list name real quick, because this is super relevant. Jackie comes back to AOS and tries to win an RTT with Steven as his designated driving bitch, who he feeds 13 JBCs.
You get the same name.
Yeah. And to be fair, Jackie, so last weekend, we had mentioned it before, Steven won a tournament out in Orangeville. Jackie was also at that tournament and again went 3-0 and came second. So now this is the second time in a row that Jackie's done that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we both had like almost max. Like
Wow.
I was
That's
like
crazy.
76, 76, 80, and then Jackie was like 2 points behind me. So,
Wow.
so I was like, oh my god.
That's gold. But yeah, we already talked about Dylan's list.
Oh yeah, I did talk about Dylan's list, right? Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so like I said, first was me, second was Jackie, third was Sean with his Gore Chosen, fourth was Steven and his Skaven, fifth was Dylan and his Feck, and then sixth was Johnny Franco with his Stormcast Eternals, and that's as low as I go.
How dare you? I came seventh. How dare you? I'm right there.
That is as low as I go.
Well, you know what? Yeah. I didn't want to bring it up, okay? But I am happy
that's enough.
to present the final scoring for the Car v Car violence bet.
Where are your boys? No one showed up.
Jamming JBCs or MREs into Steven's pie hole. Team Bradford, valiant effort. 18 points. Yeah, round of applause. But wait a second. Team Newmarket, 14 points. That sounds lower, but it's golf rules, so we win.
We argued at the end of it what the scoring was, how it should be scored, and what the consequences were.
It was after everything.
But yeah.
Oh, also, hold on. I think we
got another tournament. Sorry, we have another 2 tournaments.
Well, yeah, we have a busy month ahead of us, but we got to pause for a second because I think, Connor, you mentioned earlier how I think maybe indirectly you said how Jackie rolls pretty hot. I mean, while you were sitting there and we watched Jackie and Franny's game, how many 6s did you roll?
Oh my god, yeah, that was crazy. I was just sitting there fucking drinking a beer, watching these 2 people run the clock. I'm talking, it was like turn 3, 5 minutes left on the clock for each of them. And I'm just like, dear God, finish this game. Anyway, so I'm drinking my beer and I'm just fucking around with Jackie's dice. And I'm like, roll this dice. Got a 6. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Rolled another dice, 6. And I did it, I think it was 5 or 6 times in a row. And Franny was like, get this fucking shit out of here.
Yeah, now, see, we should have called this podcast Blame It on the Dice so I could fucking blame it on Jackie's dice because
wait.
really.
Did we even say the name of the podcast at the beginning?
Very briefly.
Franny did.
Good old blame the double turn. But yeah, that's wild. And it's funny because if anybody doesn't know Jackie, like he rolls hot. I mean, sorry. He doesn't win because he has tweaked dice. He's a really good player, but my God, he always rolls so fucking hot. So seeing what 6?
He only rolls high.
Yeah.
If he has like a 3-up save, he's like, it's not as good. 5 up board, he's like, I'll bet that's like 20 wins right here.
Jackie with his 5-up Blight Kings, and he's just like, yo, this is cooked. These guys are it.
But yeah, great tournament. Crit, always a blast.
But yeah, so getting next thing, we've got just tournaments for days this month. Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead, Brenny.
No. Just shouting out Crit again. They're great. Actually, you know what? Before we jump into the next tournaments, we should take a second, shout out our home store, ETB, Enter the Battlefield out in Newmarket. They are awesome. They go above and beyond to support us. So yeah, if you're in the area, pop over there. We're going to be hosting a tournament this Sunday. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, shout out to ETB.
We love you, Dave and Chris.
Yeah, we love them. But yeah, Connor, if you want to take us through Dwellers.
Yep. Anyway, this weekend, I think it's like pretty much everyone except Steven. Steven's got real life shit going on this weekend. So we got 2 tournaments, both RTTs. I think the next GT we're all hitting up is in April or something like that. But so we got Dwellers Below, hosted by, I say this every time, my favorite TO, Josh Akins. He's just, I give him shit. Everyone gives him shit all the time, jokingly, but like this guy is just the absolute fucking best. So it's a place out by Niagara called St. Catharines. There we go. So I think this one's going to be like an 18 or potentially 20-man, depending, RTT on Saturday, March 21st. Are the missions up there, Franny?
Yeah, they are. They're right here. Round 1, we're playing Linked Ley Lines.
Oh my
Round 2, Creeping Corruption.
god. All right,
Round
Linked Ley Lines,
3.
Creeping Corruption, Roiling Roots. Dude, are you kidding me? Ugh. So,
And
fuck
we hate Josh.
me. Fuck me. I didn't even look at this mission pack. I just let Sean talk me into playing Gore Chosen, and I know for a fact Sean saw this mission pack. Whatever. I'm gonna crush people with this. Linked Ley Lines, that's sweet with Gore Chosen. Anyway, yeah, so I'm practicing with a bunch of random stuff, and I'm just gonna practice Gore Chosen for the next little bit just cuz. And yeah, Creeping Corruption and Roiling Roots. I mean, hey, I don't know enough about the army. Maybe those are actually good missions, but I'm a 16 character army playing on a 6 objective wide map, so fuck. For our team going to that Dwellers RTT, I think it's me, Franny, Matt Jackson, Kyle Shermitt, and
Jackie Die.
Yep. And the car v car for that tournament is going to be me and Jackie versus Franny, Kyle, and Matt, because Jackie and I are cocky as hell, and we are definitely going to win that.
Yeah, and we are changing the scoring because...
Yes. Because I'm going to come first again, and it needs to be more points for first.
Yeah, sure. We'll figure it out. We're going to do reverse grid scoring. We'll figure that out.
I think you're going higher instead.
Well, yeah, because we got different number of people in the car, right? We've got to change it up.
I think it's, so for me, it's like I said, I'm taking Gore Chosen. Sean Burrow's list is his fucking army. I'm taking it. He was nice enough to lend it to me, and he wants to watch me tank with it. So we'll see what happens. Franny, what are you just taking your Night Haunt?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the same list that I took this weekend. I do like the list. So we'll see what happens.
Solid. Jackie, I'm almost positive he changed it to Rodigus, but that might actually be for Sunday's tournament. So it might be the same list for Saturday.
Yeah.
Kyle has a Raging Hard on for Baleful Lords, so he's playing that. And Matt?
I'm bringing the same list. I win when I play smart. I lose when I play like an idiot. So we'll see how it goes.
Hell yeah. And then who wants to talk about the tournament we have the very next day? 6 games, 1 weekend. Hell yeah.
Yeah, here, I can kind of walk us through it. I alluded to it earlier. ETB's hosting our like monthly-ish, vaguely tournament out in Newmarket. The team there, actually, I think, Connor, are you TOing it?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Good luck, everybody. But yeah, 3-rounder. We're starting with Roiling Roots. Round 2, Linked Ley Lines. Round 3, Passing Seasons. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Why is it? I should have messaged Josh.
You did this
before choosing. I know I did. That's why I said I should have messaged Josh prior. I didn't realize I chose 2 of the same fucking missions. I also, when I made this mission pack, just so everybody knows I'm not biased, I made this mission pack and I chose Gore Chosen after. Also, I didn't really choose Gore Chosen. Sean chose it for me. But everyone can see now I didn't choose fucking like Noxious Nexus, Ley Lines, and Bountiful Equinox or some shit.
Fair enough.
These missions are ass.
we'll give you that. Yeah, we're stoked to have that. I think Sabetti calls it what, the Donair Open or something?
Because there is an insanely good Donair place that I can't think of the name of that's right near ETB.
Donair-licious.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
Is it literally called Donairlicious?
Yeah, it's hilarious. Lunch
God
hits,
damn.
and then there's like 18 nerds that just flood into the place asking for shawarma and donair.
That's so fucking
It's
good.
it's the best. But we have a bit of a different roster going into our tournament, which is on the Sunday. Pretty varied. We have the man Sabetti coming down. I think only for donair. He's not coming.
No. So Sabetti and I are currently in a scrimmage with Serbia for Team Canada, and Sabetti can only get his game in on Sunday, so he has to do that.
Fair enough.
We need him to win that game.
That blows things wide open. But yeah, a great group of people coming down in our local area. We have a couple like really big gaming clubs here. Avatar is gonna have some really good representation here. Obviously, again, a bunch of ETB guys minus Kyle. Shame on you, Kyle.
Boo.
But yeah, it's gonna be a blast. We also have a couple of our locals that don't necessarily go out to a ton of tournaments, so it's always great seeing them at ETB when we run ours here.
Shout out to my boys Dave and Alex and Adrian.
Yeah,
they don't play too much AOS, but they got a love for the game and they're willing to play more and get more competitive. So I'm super glad to see those three come out.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be Alex's premier event with Seraphon. Stoked for him. I want to be playing the Lizards. I'm going to live vicariously through him. He put this army. He's got like thousands of points of Seraphon in like under a month. Absolute madman. But shout out to him.
That's what this hobby does to motherfuckers.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, is there anything else you guys wanted to chat about? I know we do have a lot of tournaments coming up, but we can jump to those in another episode. Do we have anything we want to talk about before we end off here?
Can we dwell for a moment on how great OBR are going to be?
Hell yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I unironically, just before, so everyone on the podcast knows this, but for the listeners at home, I'll say it. Just before we started recording, I actually had a game with Kyle in his Baleful Lords, and I tried my first attempt at new OBR. Didn't know what I was doing. Just made up a list with whatever I could proxy and had nearby. Got rocked. Love the list. Love the army. It's going to be really good. It's very counterintuitively good, as Kyle and I discovered throughout the game. So if anyone puts even like a modicum of thought into building a list instead of just me just grabbing random shit, it's going to be amazing. So just want to end on what's that?
The archers are just so good. Archers, reapers. I didn't honestly look at the archive much. I know you ran a unit of 4 of them in your game, but yeah. I assume they were just fast moving, big damage, survival. How many wounds each are they? 6. Yeah, so they're just chunky boys with fucking damage 3 attacks.
So what makes them so appealing is they're huge, they're chunky, they're relatively fast because they're 10-inch move, they fly, but you can relatively easily buff them. You can give them extra rend from the Os Effector. You can buff them with all sorts of spells. If you have a Harvester on the table, and why wouldn't you? If one of the Archive die, you can just bring one back with the Harvester. And it doesn't specify out of combat. You can lock something down with the Archive. And if you're down to 1 with 1 wound and the Harvester's within 12 inches, you can bring another Archive back at full health. Now they've got a bigger problem. It's pretty amazing. And also against Kyle's list, everything was Rend 4. Which I loved.
True, yeah, because he was playing Baleful. I did not realize you could bring a Archive back with the Harvester. That's crazy.
Yeah, the way it's written now, and I guess I should say it quietly so it doesn't get FAQ'd, but it says bring a model back, and it doesn't say a health characteristic. It just says a model in a unit. It's like, well, an Archive's a model in a unit.
God damn.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's just me as a relatively straightforward Skarkaon player. So I'm sure there's all sorts of cool nuance in there for someone who's more inclined to run a sneaky, tricky list full of Reapers or whatever they're called.
30 Reapers.
Yeah, that.
I think there's a good chance the Battle Scroll actually drops tomorrow as well. So be on the lookout for our next podcast, which will be pretty much straight up designated to that. Are you drawing all over our faces, Franny?
Yeah, you got to do something to keep the viewers entertained.
I'm a pirate.
There you go. Does anyone have any predictions for the War Scroll?
Mega Magotkin is going to get, like, this is just predicaments. I don't actually have like insider information or anything, but Magotkin's going to get nerfed. They have like a 61% win rate right now, and like Blight Kings are too cheap. They're going to get a 10-point increase, like 100% if I had to guess. And I'm not too sure what else, but like that army definitely needs a nerf. They're pretty fucking crazy right now, man.
They seemed pretty good.
I think Tzeentch, Lumineth, and OBR, definitely OBR, but I think Tzeentch and Lumineth are safe from a nerf. Historically, GW has not nerfed new armies on the following battle scroll on their release. So, but I think that Nurgle is just, they came out in January, so I think it's far enough. They came out like right after the other battle scroll, I think. So I'm pretty sure they got to get nerfed, man. There's no way they're not nerfed.
Yeah, they seemed really, really good. I think if we're talking like wish list items, I'm just gonna throw it out into the universe. I would love an extra 20 points for Night Haunt. That'd be so cool. So I could take Ruler of the Spectral Host. That'd be super neat.
They should stop abusing Night Haunt. Like,
yeah, that'd be super cool.
Night Haunt does not need a 40-point sub faction.
Or yeah, Quicksilver Geist coming down would be sick too.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they lower City of Sigmars like the elves and
Shut the fuck
I
up.
like so much. That way people buy them and then we can use them at that time. And
Oh my god. So stupid.
Why not?
Just like, hey, here's your 80-point executioners and
Yeah, 20
20-point other guys. Corsairs are like 50 points for 10. Buy them all. Oh, guys, here's the city's book. All those units gone. Fuck them.
Dead now.
Fuck me. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, cities definitely needs a nerf, but sorry, not nerf, a fucking buff.
Oh my god, I was about to say what?
They're like a 40% win rate right now.
They got just nerfed so hard.
Yeah.
They used to be so good.
Yep. And then they were just like, cannons. Fuck no. Zenestra. Fuck no.
I hope that Korn gets something like I specifically Gore chosen stuff. I hope it gets a cut because Sean's brave enough to run that list consistently and do well. I want him to just fuel that just more, make them cheap. Fit a 17th hero in there. Why not?
I also agree. I would definitely like that as well.
Yeah, make up some reason to take 2 Bloodsecrators. Who knows?
Please
Yeah.
no. Please no. For anyone else, any other play group in like local scene, it would go so unnoticed because I don't think anybody else plays it. Sean would torment us more than he already does with. Actually, what am I talking about? Connor's about to get this shit. I really hope they don't touch it. If anything, nerf those fucks.
Gore chosen's just that OP still.
I'm gonna wreck with that army. You'll all see when we talk about next week. When we talk about these 2 tournaments, it's gonna be me talking about me going 6-0 with Gore chosen. Either that, or I'm gonna be like, guys, I went 0-6, signing off, never to do anything again. I am embarrassed and done.
I love it.
Maybe Arcan will get a points drop.
Arcan? Bro, that got taken out of the game.
I know what I said. Yeah. No.
All right.
Those 3 times Slayer of Kings worked. He's always got a place in my heart.
Perfect. Well, I think as we continue on dreaming and manifesting, I don't know about you guys, but I think we're good to kind of leave it there. How about you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Said all that needs to be said.
Yeah, we leave with the dreams of Skarkion coming back once again. But yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Hope you like this new format. And we'll be back soon.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, bye.
One day at midnight, the sun was so bright, the moon had no light, but I could see this big old Sasquatch. Said he was top-notch at playing hopscotch way up in a tree. So I bet my wristwatch that big old Sasquatch could never play hopscotch way up in a tree. Now there's a Sasquatch up in a tree crotch. He's got my wristwatch and he's laughing at me.